Welcome into the Jordy Culotta Show. Wave your hand out there, baby!
Shout out to the show.
She puts the pinky into the nostril. Man, look at that.
Healthy competition, there's nothing like it.
Y'all grow up. The line's wrapped around the stadium. Different strengths.
Mm-hmm.
I just lost a tooth.
It's going to be fun.
You know, we might have a story.
I love what you're doing.
Ogeron wants to take us fishing this afternoon.
Sharif, you play for the bad boys of the SEC, man. We don't apologize to anybody.
A lot of people are saying you're going to be wearing number 7.
I don't really know. I want to.
He look crazy, Bill. Good feet on the old man.
Definitely come back.
We'll be right back with the Jordy Culotta Show. Welcome into a Tuesday edition of the Jordy Culotta Show, as always, built by our friends over at RMB Builders, Rhett Bourgeois and the crew. RMB-builders.com is where you can find them online. You can always hit them on Instagram at RMB Builders on social media as well. Welcome into a Tuesday edition. We've got the Katie is here, Carpoolist Queen.
The Katie. Is that what we're going to call me now? The Katie.
Lloyd is packing up, mic'd up. They're going to Hoover. The boys are going to head over to the SEC tournament over in Hoover, one of the great trips of the season. LSU going to play tomorrow morning at 9:30. We'll do a little preview of that game coming up here before we get out of here. We're also going to talk to someone who had a fantastic spring session for the LSU football squad, and that is defensive back LaTerence Welsh out of Acadiana. He's going to stop by here at 8:30 this morning. I thought LaTerence, for the full time that we were out there from spring, and then obviously watching him in the spring game, was one of the breakout stars here going in to his second season. When you talk about the defensive back lack of depth, he's one of the bright spots that really popped during that time, and someone who I would say going into fall feels like one of the top cornerbacks on the team, at least one of the starters going into fall that's going to play for and will play significant time. So we will talk to LaTerence. He'll be in studio with us at 8:30 this morning, so looking forward to catching up with him as we'll see from his point of view how his spring went. But as always, make sure and hit that like button, share button, comment button. Daily, we're brought to you by Metropolitan Health Group. Our phone line is Metropolitan Health Group, real doctors, real solutions, as he will real doctors, real solutions with Jason Ramazan and Charlie Harvey. All right, so LSU baseball, some awards handed out yesterday. As we said, Tigers going to they will be in Hoover for their game tomorrow morning. They'll fight 9:30 as they'll take on the winner of Georgia and South Carolina. Yesterday, some of the SEC awards were handed out, and LSU got two of the biggest awards of the day. Dylan Cruz was named SEC Player of the Year, and Paul Skeens was named SEC Pitcher of the Year. Both of these guys are projected to go 1-2 in the Major League Baseball draft, which is coming up here in a couple of weeks. But to see this happen again, Cruz takes it home for the second consecutive year as far as the Player of the Year goes. So that's a 2-time Player of the Year in Dylan Cruz. And Paul Skeens obviously takes home the Pitcher of the Year. The Coach of the Year went to Dave Van Horn of Arkansas. And when you look at the first team All-SEC squad, outside of Skeens and Cruz, Tommy Tanks was the third baseman on the first team. No LSU players on the second team, and they did have Jared Jones a part of the all-freshman team. They named an all-defensive team that included Dylan Cruz as well. So a very active day for LSU. As they took home two of the top player. LSU is now the only school with both a 2-time SEC Player of the Year and a 2-time SEC Pitcher of the Year. Dylan Crews winning that award for the second consecutive year now puts him in a class with Aaron Nola, who was the SEC Pitcher of the Year 2 out of the 3 years he was in Baton Rouge. So Crews obviously just dominant when you look at his stats. He's number 2 in the nation in on-base percentage. He's number 2 in runs scored, number 3 in walks. He's reached base in 59 straight games, which includes all 55 games.
God, that's wild.
This season.
What the hell?
And then dating back to the last 4 of 2022. I mean, when you start to just look on paper what he's doing, I think, you know, a long time ago, we've probably started to take it, you know, we were starting to just kind of really take advantage of what we were watching. You know, I mean, you kind of almost, you see it so much, you almost lose respect for how good Crews is, but then to look down on paper and see the numbers and see the awards back-to-back, of course, SEC Player of the Year's awards going to him is just, it's an incredible accomplishment. So it's been fun to watch him play. Hopefully he can close it out. I know a huge goal of his is to make it to Omaha and win a national championship for LSU and this team, and hopefully LSU can push it and pull it together. Hunter Hall
pitch on Wednesday.
They haven't announced yet,
But probably, right?
I don't know.
Doug
Really?
was saying that would be 5 days rest. He usually
It
has
would be 5 days for him?
He usually has 7 because he usually pitches on a Friday and then
Oh, yeah.
7 days.
So
again
then
on a
maybe not,
Friday.
huh?
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen rotations and proposals of Thatcher Hurd going first, and then throwing Skeens, and then holding Ty Floyd for the third game. I've seen Skeens going first. So I don't know. I think that one thing that we do know is that we know Jay Johnson considers it a competitive advantage to keep this news close to him, you know, and close to the program. So I don't know when he will announce this. I don't know necessarily if he will, but you know, I would probably, if I was leaning one way or the other, I would think that he would probably start Thatcher Hurd tomorrow, just because you want to keep Skeens on schedule.
That's true,
as
yeah.
much as possible, and you don't want to gamble that. You also don't want to gamble with the first game of the tournament, right? I mean, I think that there's a lot of things in play here when you're debating on why, how you're going to manage, just the next couple of days. But if I was leaning one way, if I was betting on it, I would say that he probably starts Thatcher Hurd tomorrow. And sees how much he can get out of him. That was a big spot for Thatcher Hurd last weekend, right? I mean, after he gives up the 2 home runs, you're wondering, like, what's Jay Johnson going to do, right? And one thing I have heard Skip Bertman talk about, and one thing, I believe that Skip has done many a times during championship runs, is that he has lost games to win more in the future. Right? Like, for instance, in that scenario, Jay Johnson's thinking, in listening to Skip Bertman kind of explain it on Sunday night in the way that he's, thinking about it, of you never want to waste one of these Skeens starts. And, for as automatic as Skeens feels, you don't ever want to forfeit one of his starts like you had to at South Carolina. And it was maybe trending that way on Thursday night in Athens. And then Thatcher Hurd comes in there, gives up, 2 bad home runs for a pitcher. And in spots, you've seen Jay Johnson have a hook there where, he's gone out there, taken him out the game, moved on to the next guy and tried to preserve the win. But he's stuck with Hurd. And in that moment, he was saying, look, LSU has to have you, man. From Jay Johnson's standpoint, he was saying to Thatcher Hurd, we got to have you. So if we're going to make this championship run, you got to get it right. And you got to fight through things like this, right? And I wouldn't imagine anything is tougher in baseball than being the pitcher in an extra inning game on the road.
Yeah.
Right? Like on the road, extra innings, and being on the mound. I mean, that is a one-on-one fight between you and the batter. And if you make a mistake, it's the bottom of the game. It's over. It's over. Right? I mean, like, there's no
think about it.
there's no margin for error. I
There's
mean, like,
not.
I mean, you know, as the game in baseball gets tighter and it moves closer to the end or it tries to find the end, I mean, those are the situations that make it so tense. And that has to be the most intense, right? Where you're the pitcher, it's extra innings, and you got to make a play, right? Like you can't make a mistake because if you do, it's over. And for Thatcher Hurd to make mistakes, then fight his way out of those mistakes with the confidence of Jay Johnson behind him saying, hey, man, look, you got to go back out there and you got to figure this out because we're trying to win a national championship. And if we can do that, you have to be right. It can't be done if you're struggling. And I thought that was a huge moment for Hurd. I thought, it might be one of those pivotal moments if they are able to make the run and close it out that you look back on and you say, hey, man, you remember that Thursday night in Athens where Skeens, he wasn't his best, but he was still fantastic. Well, he gave up 2 hits on the road, 2 runs, like, and Thatcher Hurd goes in there and, nearly loses it, but able to bring it back. And for what that did for him from a confidence standpoint, hopefully can be a pivotal moment of what LSU can dial back on and look back on and say, hey, that's when it happened. That's when the run started. I mean, I think Matuk and them's championship started in Georgia.
Really?
I mean, if you go back to Matuk was a freshman on the 09 team, the one that won the Natty. In 08, they had something like a 23 or 24 game win streak that began in Athens. So it might not have been with Mikey, but you got a sense you were like, oh man, this team is they're coming, they're good, man. They're about to be really. And then you add like a piece like a young Matuk onto the team along with some other guys, and you're like, whoa, this is the national champions. So maybe it's a reach, but I think that's a moment for Thatcher Hurd that he can definitely look back on and say, hey man, I did it. I did it on the road. I did it in extra innings. I did it against a team in Georgia that was playing desperate, that was motivated, hungry, right? Like wanted to win, needed to win. And for, Hurd to step up in that moment, hopefully that can be the piece that kind of pushes him over the top. I think he'll get the ball tomorrow morning. I'm just guessing here. I've got no idea on which way.
That makes sense, the way you put it. Yeah, that makes complete sense.
On which way,
yeah.
Jay Johnson wants to go. But, I mean, I would think that you wouldn't want to mess with Skeens' clock. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you want to just keep him on schedule. He's as automatic as baseball has right now.
Yeah. I don't really feel like – I'm not very worried about Georgia and South Carolina. Are y'all?
Not in the grand scheme of it.
No.
Not in the grand scheme of it. But, look, South Carolina's dealing with a lot of the stuff that that LSU is. Since LSU left Columbia.
Yeah.
Columbia.
Columbus.
Columbus is that Missouri?
Ohio.
Okay.
That's Ohio State.
That's right. Since LSU's left South Carolina.
What time zone is that in, though?
Eastern, for sure.
Almost had him one.
I think they're without 2 of their starters in the rotation. Everybody's dealing with injuries at this point in the season. That's one thing that I think we live in a bubble, and you're always thinking like, LSU's the only team that has to deal with this stuff. When you look around and other people and other programs and other teams are dealing with the same type of setbacks.
Some teams didn't even make it to the tournament.
Yeah. Probably best case scenario.
Old Mississippi State, baby.
I know. Bottom.
That's crazy. The
Isn't
two
it?
defending national champs.
Isn't that wild?
Can't even make their
I
conference
know.
tournament.
That is
I
unreal.
know.
Would they have to win, 10 games in conference to get in?
I think so, right? Isn't that right?
Jeez. Or 11, because Georgia had to win Sunday to get in the SEC tournament. I mean, 11 games, coach. We gotta have 11 of these.
I mean, 11.
All we gotta do is win one game a series, essentially.
Right.
It's tough.
Yeah,
Okay.
it is.
All right.
Clearly it is.
So LSU tomorrow morning, 9:30. They'll be awaiting the number 6 seeded South Carolina Gamecocks versus the number 11 seeded Georgia Bulldogs. They'll meet, as we said, this morning. Both those teams will meet this morning at 9:30.
Oh, they're a morning game too?
They're today. I mean, the tournament gets going. I
Yeah.
think they're the first game of the tournament.
Ew.
Gotta be.
Let's see.
So remember, the first round is single elimination.
Okay, that's what I was going to ask next. Then what?
Championship round becomes best out of 3.
Okay.
So you do the losers bracket begins on Thursday.
Okay.
So like you can make it through. If you make it to Thursday, then you're kind of like in a bracket play.
Yeah.
But over the next 2 days, if you lose, you're out.
Right. Okay.
Um,
Man, that's a lot. That's pressure.
Today is single elimination.
Correct.
Tomorrow it starts double elimination.
Is it okay? I thought
And
tomorrow
then-
was a part of the first round of the
and
tournament,
then the semifinals is single elimination again.
and then the championship series is 2 out of 3.
It's just one game.
The championship's just one game.
Mhm.
Okay.
The World Series
Is 2 out of 3.
2 out of 3. Yeah.
The finals are 2 out of 3. Yeah, I mean, you got to navigate the week here, man. You know what I mean? Like, that's one thing that I think Jay Johnson can use this next couple of days on the calendar in his advantage of, you got to navigate a tournament.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to go through a bracket. You got to go through, potential play where you're going to have to use arms. You're going
Yeah.
to have to go through guys, and that's why the last couple of weeks has been so concerning for LSU, because when you get to this part of the year, you want your guys feeling right, feeling confident, feeling as if you've got enough. That you've got enough arms to take care of what you want to accomplish. And I think, that's what leaves LSU, just a little weary on them.
Yeah.
Right now, I think that there's a little, for 9 weeks of the college baseball season, LSU was as sure of a 1 seed that existed.
Absolutely.
Right? Over the last month, they have become very wobbly on how people feel around them. And, it goes into their bullpen, their pitching staff. I mean, it goes into what has played out on the mound, where they've just looked very shaky. They've looked very unconfident. They have not been able to find the strike zone. They've missed the strike zone so bad in certain instances where you question whether or not, like, are they good enough to overcome this?
Yeah, you do.
I wonder if because at times this year you were thinking, damn, this team's so good.
They can overcome anything.
They can almost
Yeah.
overcome just about anything, right? This lineup is so lethal that, what did Mississippi State come back 13-4? When is 13 runs not enough to win, right? And
That was a wild game, though.
it's just they have always, or at least for the majority part of the season, they have had an answer to to whatever came at them. And over the last couple of weeks, they have not had a solution
Right.
for what the bullpen has struggled. It's been tough for them to find any confidence. So you hope that they can find it now, or at least they're trying to turn the corner of trying to find it. That's why hopefully something like the Thatcher Hurd story last week could maybe help them out.
When did they get there? When did they go?
They went straight from
Yeah,
Athens.
They did?
Yeah, they never came back to
Oh,
Baton
wow.
Rouge.
That's a lot, too.
Kind of like a pro team, though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
it
kind of
is.
like it's kind of like a 10-game road trip.
Yeah.
That's ultimately what it is. And look, I think Jay Johnson, knew that he brought this team around in the preseason and treated them like big leaguers. They did this with the
That's
Texas
right.
Class, the Texas Classic, the Texas tournament in the preseason, where they played I believe it was like in Round Rock, and then
They
played in
did.
Texas. You know, they played in Austin, where they just traveled straight through. So I mean, they have little, but they do have experience on this. And you know, for a lot of these guys, when you're talking about guys like Paul Skeens and Dylan Cruz, guys that are going to be big leaguers, you know, I mean, possibly within a year. You know, I mean, those guys could be on a big league squad within a year. You know, this is good training for them.
Yeah.
They want this life,
Right.
You know, I mean, they're ready for this type of, you know,
Yeah,
like
that's
Doug
cool.
Thompson said yesterday. This is the funnest time for any athlete on campus. You know, particularly baseball. Right now, it's kind of like when school ends for Christmas break for like the basketball team, where you got no class. You know, your practice starts at like 10 in the morning. You got pretty much your whole day in front of you. Some days are game days. I mean, you're almost like a pro.
Yeah, that's
right.
true.
I mean, it's like a pro lifestyle. Now for LSU baseball, I mean, it's a big league lifestyle. I mean, you're flying charter, you're playing every day, you're sleeping in hotels. You know, I mean, it's a lifestyle that these guys have been wanting their whole life. I mean,
that's
here
cool.
it is, right? I mean, it's right in front of you. So, remember, Mikey and his crew going to be down in Hoover for their next show. So make sure and tune into Mic'd Up tomorrow. They'll be live from Hoover and giving you the latest on what goes on there. They'll have the final, obviously, of whatever outcome is between LSU and whoever they play, whether it's South Carolina or Georgia. We'll find that out this morning as the Gamecocks and the Bulldogs get going at 9:30 over in Hoover this morning. Remember, daily, we're brought to you by Katie's Restaurant. Katie's located down in New Orleans, Louisiana. You can find them on Iberville Street. It is a great neighborhood joint. Been around since 1984. Fantastic menu items to choose from. Make sure and hit them on social media if you're looking for them. It's easy to find them on Twitter, on Instagram. Check out Katie's online at katiesinmidcity.com, katiesinmidcity.com. They're located at 3701 Iberville Street, which is in the heart of Mid-City. Like we said, great menu, man. Whether it is some of your New Orleans favorites that you're looking for, or if you're looking for a St. Louis-style pizza that they have over at Katie's, all of it right there on Iberville Street for you to check out. And remember their sister restaurant, Francesca's, a deli, a sandwich deli located in Lakeview. You can check out that menu for Francesca's online as well at katiesinmidcity.com, katiesinmidcity.com. So LSU baseball going to take on their first opponent tomorrow morning at 9:30 in Hoover. We'll get back to that and some of their guys, as we said, Cruz and Skeens, honored by the league. Tommy Tanks on the first team as far as the league is concerned with the all-conference teams that were put out yesterday. So LSU very well represented with the all-conference team. Last night, the NBA, LeBron and the Lakers swept 4-0 by Denver. As Denver does a lot for the first time. First time they've swept anybody in the playoffs. First time they've ever beat the Lakers in the playoffs. First time they've ever won a Western Conference Finals, which obviously means it's the first time they're ever going to the NBA Finals. An incredible run here by the Denver Nuggets as Mike Malone, Nikola Jokic, and
Gordon, what's the first
Aaron
name?
Gordon.
God, he was on
but really,
fire last night.
Jamal Murray.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
he was too.
It's like every time the Lakers would go down and score, Jamal Murray would just get the ball and go back up and score himself.
That was a great game. I thought the Lakers were going to win it.
I thought the Lakers were going to
I
win
mean,
it,
I
too.
wanted them to.
They
I
were
mean,
up
good
by,
for the Nuggets.
They were up by 15 at a point.
Yes. How ugly. Those were, I think, the ugliest hats I've ever seen in my life.
Oh,
the
the
hat.
like championship
Yes.
hat?
The championship hats.
Did y'all
They've
see
gotten
them?
very lazy on that stuff.
Yeah, they were
They just-
awful. I thought they were like home. When I first saw them, I thought they were like homemade, like a bachelor party
Like
group
a-
of guys
like a
wearing
old
them. And I was
trucker
like,
hat.
wait, these
Right.
are the hats.
With the little mesh in the back. Like,
They're so ugly. I was so disappointed in
check
those.
these things up.
Yeah, bring them up. They were really bad.
But LeBron and the Lakers swept
Ew.
last night. Man, it's incredible how good Jokic is at basketball.
really is.
I mean,
It's
like
weird.
how easy he makes the game look. I mean, it is. it's kind of freakish.
It is freakish because you look at it and you think some of it has to be luck, right? I mean, you're like, no way is he going to make that shot. And then he makes it, and you're like, okay, that's wild. Like, no one makes that.
It was just, I mean, like, and the way he neutralizes Anthony Davis. I mean, Anthony Davis has got to be one of the, and we know this firsthand, and I'm not saying anything or not telling anybody, anyone doesn't, you don't know because of what we watch, but he is the most frustrating superstar that exists. I mean, he was nowhere to be found last night. He vanished in a must-win situation.
Well, I thought he did okay in the first half with LeBron. Like, when he made that block, was that in the first or second half? Gordon's block?
That was in the second half.
That was a crazy block, right? Like, they did okay. I mean, when they paired up, like, I feel like they did okay. I saw a little of that old AD that we like to see.
Yeah, but that's the problem, is that he gives it to you in spurts. Like, Anthony Davis, he looks old and feels old, and he's 30.
Because he's always freaking protecting himself,
Well,
right?
I mean, it's either time to, if I'm the Lakers, I'm seriously considering dealing him in the offseason.
Really?
Absolutely. I mean, I got to because LeBron, you got to run this thing back with LeBron, right? They're not getting rid of LeBron. And LeBron last night saying that, I got to take time to think about what I'm going to do. LeBron, get the hell out of here. I mean, this attention slut. This guy's not going to walk away from the spotlight, right? I love LeBron's game. I like watching him play. He's not leaving basketball.
No, he's not.
I
This
mean,
is
come
Tom
on.
Brady all over again.
I mean,
He's going to do
the
this
king of the
for 5
flop,
years.
La Drama is not leaving the NBA. Believe me. I mean, there's too many cameras. There's too many spotlights. People care about how much he plays. He's coming back. The Lakers going to have to sign him back. If I'm seriously considering what I can get for AD. Right? Because with LeBron at 38, he'll be 39 next year. One thing is that he's going to play, 60 games? He plays 55 games, which I'm taking. I know that. He's my superstar. He's 39 years old. He can still get me 40 in a playoff game. I'm holding him to 60 games a year, right? Or if he wants to play 50, we'll run him in 50. My other superstar, if my top superstar is LeBron and he's only playing 55 games, 60 games, my next guy, who is Anthony Davis on this team, he's got to play 70 games. He's got to play 75 games. You don't have to play all 82, but you got to play at least 70 games to make sure that, you're well seated in the playoffs. And you have to have somebody that gives you night in, night out energy as a second guy. You got to have Jason Tatum, or Jaylen Brown, whoever's playing, opposite there. I mean, I need somebody, who is give me a dominant 2 in this league, right? I mean, Chris Paul, Kevin Durant, somebody who's playing on, kind of second fiddle to the superstar, but knows that I got to have energy. Jamal Murray to Nikola Jokic. Right? I mean, one thing you can count on Murray is that guy's going to play. I know he's younger, but he's been injured. It's not like he's fresh, but he gives you energy. I mean, Anthony Davis last night in a must-win, he's on the floor, but he might as well not have been. He's non-existent. I mean, what they did to him offensively, he vanished offensively. And I know AD's probably the best defensive player in the world. I mean, if he's not the best defensive player, he's in the discussion of being the best defensive player. But what did that get you in this series? Jokic had a triple-double every night out. And I'm not asking him to take Jokic out of the game, but I mean, can we get a couple of rebounds? If I'm the Lakers and AD, and I'm so glad, it's not happening with the Pelicans, but I mean, it might as well be with Zion. What?
The video of Jokic's brothers after the game, picking the coach up.
Oh, dude.
I
I mean,
know,
did
they
you
were
see him
so
messing with Jack
happy.
Nicholson on Game 3? Oh, dude. I mean, Jack's leaving. They're walking down the rail, taunting Nicholson. Bye, Jack. Later, Jack. I mean, it is so funny, man.
It's just 2 big Russian dudes, just
I know.
they look like Russian mobsters for sure.
They do. Wait, where is he from? Serbia? Is that right? Serbia? Okay. God, I know they're. Why are they so big?
I
thought Tristan Thompson played well.
He did. They should have went to him earlier.
Yeah, they should have.
I mean, really? I mean, they should have went to him earlier. I mean, like, but if I'm Anthony Davis, when they signed Tristan Thompson, I would have taken offense to that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I would have been like, what'd you do that for?
I
Well,
know.
because you can't play. Because we got to go, we got to go count on this reality star to be, to come in and give you minutes, man.
Reality star.
Yeah, I mean, like, I know LeBron likes him, and I think that's the only reason why they've kept him.
Yeah,
I really
probably.
do, is because it seems like they kind of get along, or they don't really rub each other the wrong way. But I just think it's because AD's lazy.
Mm-hmm.
It's just because he doesn't really care. And if I'm, oh man, it's just so frustrating to watch that guy play,
He's
man.
just fragile, and it's like he knows it, and he's doing everything he can to protect himself. Tristan Thompson is the opposite of that, honestly.
And so is Jokic.
Yes.
I mean, he is like a brick wall.
He is. What's his,
I mean-
what is his weight? How much does he weigh?
Oh,
Who?
Jokic.
Jokic.
I mean, he's got to be 265, 270. I mean, did you see LeBron run into him?
Yes.
LeBron bounced off of him.
Yeah.
Like we were trying to tackle Leonard Fournette. I mean, like
It's
that was
scary.
like, I mean, that's LeBron.
like
I mean,
Auburn.
I know LeBron is all dramatic, and I mean, you blow on him and he'll fall.
284 pounds.
Good God.
Coach, of nothing but muscle.
Yeah.
Like that dude is a solid.
Oh, he's solid.
Rock.
I don't
he's
know about
solid.
muscle.
No, it might not all be. I mean, he's not carved up, but I guarantee you don't want to tangle with him.
No.
If he gets his hands on you, it is over, man.
God,
I mean,
280.
He does,
280.
like, think about his game. He passes like magic.
He does.
Really and truly. Like, I mean, I'm telling, like, he just, like, will be dribbling, like, push pass, like a 50-footer, and, like, hit somebody on a run, and you're just like, good
Last night he made like
Lord.
a wraparound pass to the 3-point line. And they were like, "That's your center doing that." Like,
I mean, some of these three-pointers, he looks like Steph. You know what I mean? Like, it just, like, pull up, you're like, good Lord. And then when he's 8 feet around the rim, he's as dominant as Shaq.
He's
He's a bucket.
He's the top of
Every
everybody.
He's a
yeah,
bucket. He touches the ball within 8 feet. You might as well just put it on the scoreboard.
just move out the way.
I
and just
mean,
let him
it's
go.
and it doesn't matter if it's Anthony Davis, who's, like I said, maybe the best defensive player in the world, or if it's Tristan Thompson, who's got 5 fouls to give, who's just down there just swinging elbows and trying to, like, hurt the guy.
grabbing him.
Or if it's LeBron, maybe the best player in the last 15 years, 25 years. I mean, it's just, it is, keep your MVP. If I'm Jokic, I'm saying to the NBA, keep that regular season MVP. Get ready to carve my name on the finals MVP.
Well, they asked him last night because I think he got like the conference finals MVP, and she asked him like, "What does this trophy mean to you?" He said nothing and walked off.
I mean, Coach, Jimmy Butler versus Jokic, I'm in.
Jeez.
Yeah.
I know the
Oh my
NBA doesn't
God.
want it. I know the NBA wanted the Celtics and the Lakers. You know what I mean? Like, obviously.
Yeah.
But this is good for the NBA to a degree. Like, you got other superstars getting opportunities. You got franchises getting their first run at finals. You got Jimmy Butler and the Heat, who are obviously a dominant program in the league. I mean, for them to experience as much success as they've been experiencing. I read where they've won more playoff games in the last 5 years than the Warriors.
The Heat.
Wow.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, like,
Did you know that they have more undrafted players on their roster than players that were drafted?
Really?
exactly. Yeah, it's no accident. It's no accident. Chili, Jordy, the Steph comparison going overboard. Maybe so. His 3-pointers, though. I mean, you're
yeah,
like,
they're all unbelievable.
this guy, what can he do? The way he handles the ball, the way he dribbles.
He's just so big. That's
He
why
is.
it makes it look clunky because he's so big.
Yeah.
But like he could. I mean,
But
he
he's
could do
so
whatever he wants.
smooth.
Yeah.
He is.
He's so smooth,
His
man.
passing.
He's the best player in the world.
Yeah, his passing is just so funny to me because he's so long and like he's just like.
I know. He makes it look so easy.
That's the
what's so
pro-
weird
that's the
about
deal.
it.
That's the
I
deal.
mean, so easy. So Miami plays Boston tonight,
Yes.
right?
Yeah, and Boston's dead.
Yeah.
I mean, Boston is dead. I mean, their coach, Joe Mazzulla, will be looking for work tomorrow. I'm telling you, they're firing that guy tonight.
Imagine how the people in Boston are treating him.
Oh, dude, and like he's tried to endear himself to him. He says he watches the show The Town 4 times a week. I mean, they're like, "Hey, Joe, we could care less. We're gonna cut your nuts off when you get back here, all right?" I mean, like, They don't give a damn, Joe.
You ain't a damn Southie.
Right. Like, leave him in Miami. I mean, I'm telling you, they're firing that guy tonight. He's going to be looking for work tomorrow.
Jeez.
He came out in the press conference and openly admitted that he lost the team in the conference finals, Coach. Like, even if you did, you know what I mean? Don't open up that microphone and tell everybody. Like, if I'm his agent, like, Joe, like, you're definitely out in Boston, but now you're out everywhere else. Like, keep your mouth shut, you moron.
You want to be an assistant?
I had you an assistant for Atlanta next year. Now you're going to be coaching some G League squad.
Might be coaching.
What do you know about Bismarck? I mean,
how do you feel about Taiwan?
I mean, Joe, Jesus, shut up. I'm reading the rumors that Jimmy Butler is Michael Jordan's kid.
Yeah.
Stop it.
I love it.
I feel like
Wait a minute.
I love it.
Explain this.
You got to imagine the
Expand.
strange that Michael Jordan ran through in the early 80s.
Well, yeah.
And Jimmy Butler's adopted. Like, he didn't know his parents, doesn't know his dad.
Okay.
And, like,
I did see some dumb graphic somebody made where they like took the hair off and they were making the same expression. Did y'all see that one? And I was like, well, I mean,
But I think
you could
like,
make that
Michael
pretty.
Who takes trash talking more personal than Jimmy Butler?
Jeez. I mean,
It's kind of borderline obsessive.
Yeah.
The
You know what I
time
mean?
up-
Like, George called and tell me hello at the restaurant, so I cut his throat out the next night. You're like, Mike. I mean, he didn't see you. I mean, like,
I saw another video the other day. It was like, I don't even know who it was, but he was playing a hell of a game, like scoring a lot.
oh, the Washington Wizards guy.
And he talked.
And he
shit
made it
about-
up.
And he talked shit about it was some like during a game, like somebody was like scoring on Michael, like doing everything, and like he was talking shit. And so Mike comes in the fourth quarter, scores like 25 straight. And he shoots a three, hits a three, turns to the bench, and he says, "Shut up, bitch."
Oh, that was the Grizzlies guy.
Yeah.
Who he had on the Space Jam movie that
Yes,
summer.
yes.
Yeah, Derek. It was Derek something, and like Derek thought they were buddies.
Yeah, and he was like, going
because
off
he
in
had
the
like
game.
spent the summer with him on the movie set playing. He was like, "Shot ain't falling tonight, huh, Mike?"
Yep.
25 later in the fourth, he looked at the bench. The whole bench looked at him and was like, "You moron,
Like,
dipshit."
I don't know if I believe the Jimmy Butler, Michael
can believe
Jordan
it.
stuff.
I'm buying it.
I'm
You
buying
are?
it, too.
Yeah, I'm in on it. I love it. This is an
Okay.
alien theory
I'm
for me.
looking it up now.
I'm gonna start calling him Jimmy Jordan. Actually,
I mean, they don't really look alike at all to
He
me.
tried to get 23 in Miami.
strong mom jeans.
Spoelstra wouldn't give
Maybe
it to
so.
him.
What's that?
He tried to get 23 in Miami. Spoelstra told him no.
Well, I think Riley retired 23.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Pat Riley retired the number 23 because of Michael
Michael
Jordan. In the Miami Heat franchise, Jordan has a number retired
Really?
because of Pat Riley.
Oh
I mean, if
my
you're Pat Riley,
God.
think about what Michael Jordan did to you. You know, I mean,
Yeah.
he slit your throat
Yeah,
for
yeah,
a
yeah.
decade. You know what I mean? Like, just like cold blood killed you. You know what I mean? Like, murdered you as a Knick and as a
And
Heat.
he's talking shit
Just like the whole time,
Pat,
just
who
like,
you got to guard,
Pat, what you gonna do tonight? He probably told Pat, you're gonna retire my number here.
Oh.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
Playing
I
golf
do
before the
remember
games.
now. I remember watching. I was on ESPN the other day. It was Jimmy Butler's story. How sad it was, like through high school when he just like was kind of jumped from couch to couch, like friend to friend. But it did say he was born in 1989 to Jimmy Butler II and Londa Butler, and then his father left when he was a baby, and the mother raised him till he was 13, and then the mother kicked him out. I do remember watching that part. So I mean, that kind of, right? Like there go the rumors.
I didn't hear what you said. What?
Are you serious?
Jimmy Jordan.
Yeah. I heard Michael Jordan was his dad.
All I heard is Jimmy Jordan.
Abandoned him.
He has a sad story. He's a really cool but a sad story, I feel
agree.
like.
I love Jimmy Butler though.
Yeah, I do too.
I mean, like,
It makes
he
me
is,
love him more.
It does. I mean, he is so anti 2023 superstar.
He's
He
anti
is.
2023 anything.
He
Like,
is,
He
which I
is.
love all about him.
Yeah.
But Heat, Nuggets, finals.
We'll take it.
I love it. I know that the NBA front office hates it, but I think
and
it's going to
who
be
else?
fantastic.
Who plays tonight? So it's Heat
Denver
and
and Heat.
Boston.
That's it.
That's it.
Okay, that's it.
The Lakers got swept last night, so
Unless
Right.
you're watching NHL playoffs.
I guess I was thinking that. I think I was.
Or baseball.
Because it's happening the same time, right?
Speaking of new franchises in the finals, we're going to do our tier list which we do every Tuesday here, which we're going to focus on logos. It's a slow time of the year right now in sports. I don't know how much we can break down
It's
the
gonna
SEC
be like
baseball
that, too.
tournament for you.
Through July.
LaTerence Welsh, who is the LSU defensive back, is going to be through here at 8:30. So we'll talk some LSU football with the sophomore defensive back, who I think is set to have a fantastic season. A lot of you are poking at how gullible I am.
Oh, who?
Saying
because
that
of Jimmy?
I would buy oceanfront property in Shreveport.
Okay.
Jeez.
I like that. That's
It's
pretty
kind of messed
funny.
up.
What's that big lake in Shreveport?
Is
don't
there a
even
big
know.
lake in
There's a
Shreveport?
huge lake, like right in
Really?
the middle of it. Yeah.
Oh.
Didn't know.
God, what's the name of that lake? I forget it.
Shreveport's a strange place.
It is a strange spot.
Well, Shreveport's
We'll be back.
Mississippi.
What's that?
Shreveport's Mississippi.
South Arkansas.
Yeah.
Yeah, either.
Yeah.
Whatever.
We'll be back with more of the Jordy Culotta Show, as always, built by our friends over at RMB Builders. Check out Rhett Bourgeois and his crew at rmb-builders.com and on Instagram at RMB Builders. We'll be back. More coming up here at Jordy Culotta Show. Rolling on. Donaldsonville Glass and Body, the trusted name in frame, body, and automotive paint repair since 1977. They have served their customers for over 45 years. You can find them online at dgbauto.com or stop in and see them Railroad Avenue and Division Street out in Donaldsonville, Louisiana. Look, they can help you with your insurance claims. They can make the repair process as stress-free as possible. I'm speaking from experience here. I've got numerous windshields, body repair, all done by Kenny and the crew over at Donaldsonville Glass and Body. They are, without question, the most well-equipped shop in the area. Stop in and see them today. Shop them online, dgbauto.com, or stop in and see the crew over in Division Street in Donaldsonville, Louisiana. Donaldsonville Glass and Body. Hey fellas, it's Jordy Culotta for my friends over at Men's Total Health. Guys, do you suffer from fatigue, decreased libido, erectile dysfunction, weight gain or loss of muscle mass, signs of depression, anxiety, hair loss, mental fog, general loss of interest? Then you might be suffering from low testosterone. Go see my friend Mike Roach and his great team over at Men's Total Health, over in Metairie at menstotalhealth.net online. And stop in and see how they can change your life today. A simple shot and some knowledge from Mike Roach can get you back up, moving with your energy, get your sex drive back, build your muscle mass, make you feel young again. All online, menstotalhealth.net. Red Stick Sports, a local staple in Baton Rouge to all sports fans, was founded back in 1981 and has remained a family business for over 40 years. Today, they still have the great selection on the floor, but they're also a leader in custom apparel for businesses, sports teams, and other groups. Take it from us, everybody over here at FM Digital Media. They help us out with all of our apparel. Let them help you out today. Go ask for Cody over at Red Stick Sports. Check him out online at redsticksports.biz.
The Jordy Culotta Show is brought to you by A-Bears Lawn Maintenance. Commercial or residential, A-Bears Lawn Maintenance is ready to work. A-Bears can tackle all your homeowners association requirements. Call Blake at 225-485-8022. A-Bears Lawn Maintenance.
Get Gordon and get it done. Get Gordon and get it done. Corrects done. Personal injury done. Workers' comp done. Truck wrecks done. Get Gordon and get it done. Get Gordon and get it done.
In 1975, Mike Anderson left the gridiron for the grill, opening a po' boy shop near LSU. If you're from Louisiana, odds are you've tasted a dish, experienced the tradition of Mike Anderson's seafood. 48 years later, the tradition of Mike Anderson's lives on with the next generation.
I'm very thankful.
He's never allowed okay to be okay. It's a driving force for me to just want to keep it as good as he made it.
Mike Anderson Seafood and WAFB, celebrating the community.
Hey Baton Rouge, when traveling through Natchez, Mississippi, whether you need to fill up your vehicle or your belly, stop by Go-Mart and On The Go Deli. Go-Mart has clean restrooms, community coffee, an awesome beer cave, and a great selection of anything you might need on your trip. So stop by Go-Mart at 4 Sergeant Prentice Drive as you're entering Natchez on the left, and visit Tom and Wright Granning and their awesome team at Go-Mart.
Are you looking for sound financial advice? Then get in touch with Daniel Newman of Edward Jones. You can call him today at 225-261-8262 or email him daniel.newman@edwardjones.com. If you're planning for retirement, saving for college for children or grandchildren, or just looking for sound investment opportunities, get in touch with Daniel today, 225-261-8262, located on Magnolia Square Drive in Central. Daniel Newman of Edward Jones. Fourier Insurance Agency, established in 1946, locally can help you with any of your home, auto, commercial, contractors, life and health insurance today. Give them a call, 225-383-0682, or log online to FourierAgency.com.
Hey, she's on her way up.
Hey, G, I got you something.
Hey, Coach. What do you think? Is this too much?
If you look good, you play good.
All right, then. Let's get it done.
Do you need your roof checked or just ready to get a new roof? Premier South Roofing and Sheet Metal has helped over 10,000 customers with their roofs over the last 2 decades. Premier South employs over 300 team members in South Louisiana. They're accredited by the Better Business Bureau. They've been named in the top 100 roofers in the nation for a number of years. And Premier South has former insurance adjusters in-house whose job it is to help get all the insurance money you deserve. So go to PremierSouthLA.com for Premier South Roofing and Sheet Metal and get your free inspection.
Premier South Roofing.
All right, welcome in. Welcome back to a Tuesday edition of the Jordy Culotta Show. As always, we are built by our friends over at RMB Builders. Check out Rhett Bourgeois and the crew at rmb-builders.com. And we are also brought to you daily by Premier South Roofing and Sheet Metal. Premier South Roofing and Sheet Metal brings you our show daily. Remember to get in touch with them if you're looking for a new roof, if you need a brand new roof, if you need an inspection. Get in touch with Premier South. They're at PremierSouthLA.com, Louisiana's premier roofing experts in quality and in service. You can hit them in Baton Rouge, Lafayette, North Shore, or in New Orleans. PremierSouthLA.com. PremierSouthLA.com is where you can find them. If your roof is 8 years or older, you qualify for a free inspection. You may qualify for a brand new roof. Let Premier South jump up on the roof today and tell you if you need one. They'll work directly with the insurance company to make sure that you're getting all of what you deserve from your insurance provider. Online, PremierSouthLA.com, PremierSouthLA.com. All right, Tom Brady is an owner in the NFL now. He has reached an agreement to buy ownership stake in the Las Vegas Raiders. Mark Davis acknowledged that on Monday and said that they had come to an agreement and told ESPN over the phone, we're excited for Tom to join the Raiders as he will now be in a minority ownership role. He's also a part of the ownership for the Las Vegas Aces, which is the WNBA group out of Vegas. They're the WNBA champion.
He's going to put himself in like MJ.
He could. He could. He becomes the third former player to become a part of ownership. The other two, George Halas, of course, whose family owns the Chicago Bears, and Jerry Richardson, who had got really weird with the Carolina Panthers, where he had a statue and it came out that he liked to shave women's legs at work.
So weird.
Wait. What?
Oh, dude, Jerry Richardson was caught up in some of the weirdest sexual harassment cases that you will ever read.
Before
the Panthers
David
owner.
Tepper.
I guess it could be
Panthers
worse.
owner
Though.
before David Tepper. It definitely could be worse.
It could be worse.
It
than
definitely
shaving
could be worse
someone's
when you read the what is the harassment. It's not necessarily your typical terms of harassment.
Coach,
I think Jerry Richardson was just a weird old man.
That is weird.
I think it was just he had some weird kinks, man. He could not.
Let me shave those legs.
He kind of got to a point, I
helpful,
think,
like,
where
okay.
it was like, yeah, and that's what like the lady was. I think the lady was like, sure, I hate
Right?
doing
One
this.
less thing for me to do in the shower.
She was like, absolutely, Jerry. In fact, do you mind getting my bikini line right here? I'm heading to the lake this weekend with family.
Jesus, Jerry.
Jerry, just look, he had gotten to a point where he had gotten so much money. He had gotten so old. He was like, look, I'm letting everybody know how weird I am.
Let that freak flag
I mean,
fly.
like, this is not going to be your typical harassment, ladies. I'm not trying to put you in the closet or somewhere. Like, it's not. I just want to shave your legs.
If I shave your legs,
Is that cool?
It's not
Is
really
that all right?
harassment.
I mean, can you hang out afterwards and we can go down to the locker room and we can shave your legs?
Maybe shave your pit.
Sure, Jerry. I mean,
how do you like somebody that?
I don't know, man. I guess you just get to a point, like I said, where you just, hey,
I want to shave those legs.
Rhonda, close that door behind me.
Probably
I've got so much money and I now own this team that I have got the balls to ask you if I can shave your legs.
I mean, that's got to be a kink, right? Like Feet Finder, there's probably
I
one
was sure.
where
I
people
would think
shaving
so.
legs.
I don't think so.
know.
I don't think so.
How did we get there from Tom Brady?
Jerry Richardson was a player in the league that owned a team.
Okay.
He did have that weird statue too.
Did they take that down?
They took it down because of the sexual harassment charges.
Really?
They had it built into the contract where Jerry Richardson, in the sale of the team, had it built into the contract where the statue stayed. Like, I mean, it was like, if you move this team, if you move this stadium, the statue goes. Like, it is. They were always know that I was a part of it. And it's like Jerry Richardson, like, huddled around a bunch of Panthers. You could pull it up. I mean, it's one of the weirdest statues
So
ever
now they
created.
took it down because
And
of the
so
leg shaving?
in the language, it said, like, if you're ever charged with a crime, and if you're ever, like, convicted of something, then, like, this is null and void. And, like, I mean,
Aw.
I want to say, like, 2 years before Jerry passed, he got hit with the harassment
Aw,
charges.
That's kind of too bad.
And that's where it came out that he was like, he was into like shaving legs and stuff.
I'm not mad about shaving legs though.
And I'm telling you, David Tepper did not even allow the judge to make the judgment like open publicly. Like, that statue was gone like before the sun came up that day.
Yeah.
I mean, like,
yeah, they don't
it was Penn State type movement. You know what I mean? It was like, good Lord, this is done.
Ready.
I mean, like, they got the heavy machinery out there right now.
Well, maybe Tom Brady's going to bring a barber for old Mark Davis.
Jeez, that
Could we,
haircut
maybe,
is
right?
horrible.
Maybe.
I mean, I think
What's
that's
the
too
deal?
rich haircut.
What's the deal with that?
Just too much money. Like, watch what I'll do.
God, I just don't
Watch
get
this
it.
haircut I get.
I don't get it.
Grab that bowl.
I mean, honestly, I don't get
Grab that
at all.
saucer.
Yeah, that's more like it. Yeah, that's so weird to me. Okay, while we're on NFL, what is this new rule that I guess they approved yesterday? The third QB thing.
Look at Jerry.
Aw,
It's actually a horrible statue. Like,
you think so?
Yeah.
I don't hate
This
that.
is a terrible stance.
But, yeah.
Like, how did Jerry?
It's different.
And-
His head's kind of cocked weird.
And I mean, the Panther is like jumping out of his.
The Panther is
It's like
Pants.
really
It's
aggressive.
like jumping out of his pants. I mean, like,
Just giving himself away.
I don't hate it. I think it's pretty cool, like the whole situation. So that's gone.
gone.
What do they do with it?
It's
Melt it
probably in
down?
some warehouse in North Carolina.
Some junkyard.
Yeah, right.
Burn it down, use it for the steel. Like, I don't know.
Okay, back to the QB rule. Do y'all know about this?
Hit
This
me.
new rule that was approved yesterday. So it's NFL teams will be able to dress a third quarterback on game days without using an active roster spot.
So this is going to happen because of the NFC Championship.
Because of Brock Purdy.
Because of Brock Purdy.
So that would have meant, so when he got hurt and then Josh Johnson went into concussion protocol, then this third guy would have been like dressed to come out.
Well, then they just went to Christian McCaffrey.
I mean, and look, even if it is a third quarterback, if you get to that guy, it's over.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you might as well put Debo Samuel
Right?
in. You know what I mean? If you're the San Francisco 49ers, because Debo probably is better than that third team guy.
Yeah.
I mean, the fall off at quarterback compared to just about any other position in sports is tremendous.
Yeah.
I mean, the slope of great, good, and bad is so steep at quarterback that, you know, I mean, think about it. There's only about 6 guys in the world, that you really trust to do it at the highest level, right? I mean, I'm talking Patrick Mahomes, I'm talking Joe Burrow, I'm talking Josh Allen, Jalen Hurts.
Your dad?
Your dad?
No. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not trusting, you know, he's not in that great. He's in that good.
Yeah.
He's in that good. You know what I mean? But I can guarantee you every third teamer in the world, it doesn't matter if you're in the NFL, the XFL, or the Arena League, is bad.
Right.
Bad. You know what I mean? Like, the difference between Brock Purdy and Josh Johnson was tremendous.
Yeah.
Right? The difference between Josh Johnson and his backup might as well be like me to you, you know, throwing. I mean, like, it doesn't matter. I mean, it doesn't matter who you put in there.
So are they just doing this to appease everyone with the whole, like, getting injured? Like, we're protecting players more now.
Well, what you also have to is, like, people like Kyle Shanahan, the coach of the San Francisco 49ers, Sean Payton, the head coach of the Broncos, Sean McVay, head coach of the Reds. They don't look at anybody that they can't coach.
Yeah.
Right? Like, Shanahan looks at Purdy and was like, I told you I could do that. You know what I mean? While Purdy's saying, like, give me my money, I'm the player. Shanahan behind closed doors is like, just give me another one. I'll make him, you know what I mean? I'll make him a player too.
Just as good.
Yeah, right. Give me Josh Johnson, you know, or give me a third teamer. You know, we'll go beat Philadelphia on the road to go to the Super Bowl. And then, you know, people are like, no, you won't, Kyle.
Yeah.
You know, but Kyle Shanahan, that's the reason why he is who he is because he thinks, yeah, I can. You know what I mean? But also, nobody was thinking, hey, man, we got this kid Brock Purdy. And Shanahan's thinking, who cares? We'll make him I'll make him a Super Bowl winning quarterback. You know, I mean, I'll make him good.
Right.
So, I mean, you know, that's the push and the pull to it. But if you get down to your third team quarterback, it's over.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, like, you got no shot. The NFL needed to approve this because that was a bad look. That was a bad look with a trip to your biggest game on the line, and they were debating on whether or not playing Debo Samuel at quarterback, right? I mean, you know, I mean, some of these rules that the NFL gets kind of caught up in, it really, I mean, like, it handicaps them so much. You know, I mean, that's something that I know has been brought up in competition committee meetings. Sean Payton's talked about that, where they've talked about, you know, bringing the third quarterback and allowing him to dress without it going towards the roster spots. And I mean, that's something, if you're the NFL and you've got some of your brightest talking about that in the room, like, don't overthink it, man.
Right.
You know what I mean? Rather than putting yourself in a position where you've got, you know, the starting wide receiver contemplating taking snaps in the NFC Championship game, just dress the third quarterback. Like, you're the damn NFL.
I know.
What are you doing? Like, why are you overthinking this stuff?
God, and how long did it take them to come to this? Like, can you imagine?
And once you now have to make the decision, it's now because you've got to cover up something.
Yeah,
nothing major.
exactly.
You know what I mean? But you had a situation where if you would have gotten out in front of it, it wouldn't have been an issue.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's, and I know hindsight's 20/20, but this is something that they've tried to get done. You know.
Well, it's done.
49ers' current third-team quarterback is Sam Darnold. You think Kyle Shanahan? I mean, don't tell me that behind closed doors, Kyle Shanahan's not thinking like everybody else has failed with this guy. Watch.
Yeah.
Watch this.
Watch. You know, I mean,
he has talent.
Yeah, right. I mean, you've got enough talent where if you're looking at it as a coach, you know, you're thinking, I can work with that. You know, like we can win with that.
Yeah. I mean, with the weapons they got, they could win with anything at quarterback.
Yes.
Almost. I.e. Brock Purdy.
Agreed.
So, Tommy Brady is an owner with the Las Vegas Raiders and a owner with the Las Vegas Aces.
Good
So I
for
guess
Tom.
Brady's going to settle in Vegas for
Clear. It sounds like
life
it,
after
doesn't it?
football,
I
right?
know.
Is he like just not taking a TV deal? Like, because
I don't know.
I heard some stuff about that too. Like,
Yeah.
he was,
Yeah.
flirting with not taking.
Well, I
it.
think he's trying to wiggle.
Oh.
It's a lot of work, Tommy.
Yeah.
And I mean, why not take a year?
He's
Well, I think
Don't
he
do
said that
anything.
he's doing that.
got
Got
a new
to.
got a new girlfriend too.
Have you heard the rumors of him and Kim Kardashian?
I don't hate it.
She did say
I don't hate it either.
I don't hate
She
it.
called him to find out about real estate
Uh-huh.
somewhere. I guess in Tampa.
Yeah,
around the
right, below his
area.
belt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
So that
Hey,
was like
Tommy, I'm
where
looking
the
for a
rumor
plot of
started.
land in between your belly button and your thighs.
I love it.
How
I'm
much
with
would it
you.
be?
I love it.
Can I make an appointment to come view it?
I'm for it.
I'm not against it.
I'm all for it.
I'm not against it.
I love it.
I think if anybody could maybe keep her a little humble,
Yeah.
It's Tom.
it would be Tommy.
Yeah. Because like maybe he's more famous than her. I don't know. It's a toss
In some circles.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But in some circles, she is.
Right.
And I think Tommy's trying to flirt with those circles.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Like I think Tommy wants the Michael Jordan love post athletic life.
Yeah,
He
I mean,
wants,
we're talking
he wants the
worldwide
clothing
fame.
brand.
Yeah.
He wants it all,
he wants
man.
the
Brady's
love.
coming for all of it. I want to
really
own
is.
my NFL team, my WNBA team, and I want to date Kim Kardashian.
And doesn't he seem just more like at ease now?
Yes.
Like totally chill. Like every time you see
Yes.
him now, I
He's
love
very
it.
chill.
Yes.
Yeah. Good
Yes.
for him.
Good for
I
Tommy.
mean, you know,
I love Tom Brady.
I do too.
Same.
He did this. for
Put him on the
himself.
ballot. I mean, like,
I
you know what I
know.
mean? Like, really?
Yeah. Might as well put him in now.
I mean, put him
Might
on the
as
ballot
well.
for God's
No
sake.
need
Jesus.
to wait.
He would win.
How long do they have to wait after they stop? Like, do they have to wait a certain time after they stop playing
Who?
for them to get in the Hall of Fame?
5.
Oh.
J.J. Watt
it 5?
just had his day ruined.
Oh.
That's why Aaron Rodgers wouldn't play for the Jets.
That's right.
He
I
looked at
remember all
J.J.
that
Watt
drama.
and Aaron Brooks.
Yeah.
I mean, and Tommy. What do you mean to play third fiddle to the Hall of Fame speech?
Oh my God, that Hall of Fame speech is gonna be 3 hours.
J.J. Watt's gonna get a 3-point stance.
He's gonna
He's gonna try and sack Brady.
might tackle his bus.
Brady's just gonna do a little shimmy shake him off the stage.
You don't know how many injuries I
5
played through,
years though,
Tom.
Brady. Living in Vegas, good for Brady. Good for Tommy, man.
I know.
Oh, Vegas is on the up
It's
and
a-
up.
yes,
About
it's-
to get the A's too.
Are they?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's
Wow.
right.
They're tearing down the old one of those old hotels.
Oakland, man, what a lost.
That's right. What
sports
hotel
city.
was it? I read that
It's
too.
a famous hotel.
Yeah,
in
it
Vegas
is.
too.
I read about that. I forgot about that.
But like,
The Sands?
I think that's been. Is that
Yeah,
been
I
gone?
think that's been
I
gone.
feel like that's been gone. You know, I've never been to Vegas.
You know, LSU opens their season there next year.
That's right.
I mean, that'd
that
be a
might
great
be
trip.
the time.
Be a great trip.
Yes.
Versus
Got-
USC. I mean,
Yeah, that's gonna be awesome.
who's going to be their quarterback? Caleb Williams would be gone. Who's their, who's? I mean, I'm sure he's
USC,
recruited some. He's got to have some young gunner behind Caleb Williams, huh?
Yeah, it would be weird if he didn't.
Malachi.
That's right.
He
That's
was
right.
the, like,
That's
number
right.
3
Number 1. Yeah.
quarterback.
That'll be his first start.
Yep. It's gonna be from. They're tearing down the Tropicana.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's like old downtown.
Mm-hmm.
Vegas is a great spot, man.
I know. I really want to go.
It's awesome.
Yeah, and I,
I mean,
think
I'm
it's
not a
like
huge
I've got great
gambler.
experiences with it.
It's
And
like-
Yeah.
the second and third time I went back, I didn't even gamble.
Yeah, I just want to like eat and
Hell
shop
yeah.
and go out.
Party.
Like, yeah, party. It's
Yeah.
like the scene.
It's great,
like,
man.
I don't care
It's
that
a
much
great
about
town.
the
See, I've
gambling.
been once since I turned 21, but I want to go back
Oh,
now.
yeah.
So I
Wait, you
know-
went before you were 21?
Yeah.
Oh, coach, for what?
I mean, I was like going visit family, and like, we
Okay.
just flew into Vegas. So
But you can go in and see like shows and stuff.
Yeah, you
if
can,
you're
but I
under
mean,
21,
you know,
right?
you want to be 21.
I'm trying to go to
Yeah.
the expensive.
You want to be 21.
Yeah. So tier list.
Yeah, let's get to it.
Let's get to it.
Get to it.
Every Tuesday we do a tier list. We're introducing a couple of new segments here that we're going to announce here during the summer. We'll have a Throwback Thursday segment. We'll have a Tuesday tier list segment, and we will have a Friday segment that comes to you as well. Hunter Hall, have we talked about how LSU is playing USC and UCLA in the same season?
Mm-hmm.
They
Coming
open
back.
with USC and UCLA coming back
Week 2.
week 2.
Where's UCLA playing?
in Tiger Stadium.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, they got to come see it. Yeah.
Oh my God.
They're making the return.
That's gonna be great.
They're making the return trip for last year.
Yeah.
Have they ever come here?
No.
I'm
That's
almost
gonna be
positive
wild.
LSU's always went to LA to play them or at USC.
They played
right?
USC. They played at USC one time in the early '80s,
Mm-hmm.
which was like the return trip for the '79 game.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't wait for that.
So they played here in '79.
They played here in '79, and then they played there in, I believe, '81 or '83. Because I think Dalton Hilliard was on the team that went to USC. Some of the early '80s enthusiasts of LSU football can help me out on that. My memory of LSU goes foggy, like pre-'87. The '87 team, I can rattle them off, man. I mean,
wild.
like it's. There was a period of time. I mean, I'm telling you, Stewie, if we put on the fourth quarter drive of LSU Auburn in 1988, the earthquake game, I could go word for word on the play-by-play in color guide. And I'm telling you, like, with full, extreme confidence.
Wow.
Like, I mean, like, feeling like I could walk into the room and, like, turn the volume down and I'll kill it. Crush it.
It's your party trick.
I mean, like, I wrote this verse. I ain't even got to worry about it. But pre-'87, I'm a little foggy.
All uniform game.
All
Both
uni
of them.
game. All uni game.
USC and UCLA.
The UCLA game at in
the
Pasadena
Rose
is an
Bowl.
all-time. I'm telling you, it's an all-time LSU like, backdrop, colors versus the sunset versus the whole thing. I mean, it
beautiful.
was just
Yeah, you were there too.
gorgeous.
Weren't you?
And I
Forgot
had
about
like
that.
great seats.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Kayshawn running in the Rose Bowl was beautiful.
Yeah.
Like,
It was.
It's probably one of the most like
It
smooth,
was.
Just,
It was.
Like
He was like running like a deer.
I was
dude.
like, we have this for another year. Like, it was just beautiful.
Yeah.
Just don't screw it up.
Yeah.
All right, Tiger Tuesday, our tier list Tuesday. What we got here, Stewie? What are we doing? We're doing it logos, right?
Logos.
So let's see.
So we're picking our favorites.
Mm-hmm.
And that's
Is that
all
right?
we have to choose from?
No, oh no, this is.
Okay.
But some of these I don't know because they are
bro.
hockey.
That bottom
Yeah,
row.
some of the hockey ones I do
Like, I know
not
this
know.
is the Pittsburgh something Flyers. And that's it.
I think I can do
And
this
Boston
pretty easy.
Bruins. That's it. That's the only two I know.
It has to be in order. So it's 5.
Washington
picking,
Capitals.
Oh, the sea, the Flaming Sea.
No.
This one.
That's Calvary.
Jeez.
No. Next to the Cubs. Above the Calvary.
Capitals. Yeah. All right.
Yeah. Tampa Bay Lightning to the left of the Cubs.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Detroit Red Wings next to the Heat.
Okay. We got something.
Colorado Avalanche, Pittsburgh. What is it? The Flyers over there.
This one.
Uh-huh.
So we're choosing our favorites,
Yeah.
and only 5. We're choosing 5.
Scroll up, Stewie.
I mean,
All right.
you can. These things go all the way over.
Give me Lakers.
Lakers.
Give me Dallas, and no, it's not because of
where
Dallas.
Are we going? S
I like
tier
the
or are we
star.
going?
Yeah. I'm going top tier Lakers.
Where's Dallas at?
You going with the Cowboys?
Yeah, I love the star. Always have.
Oh.
Way before Dak. Go Dak. And give me the Giants too. I love the Giants.
Like New York Football Giants?
Or the San Francisco
no,
Giants?
San Francisco.
I don't like the San Francisco Giants.
Very
I'm a Dodgers-
basic.
I'm a Dodgers fan.
I like.
I would
it.
say Steelers is
yeah,
an S
that's
tier.
That's
I
an
mean,
interesting one.
when we're talking like, are we talking like recognizable? Or are we talking
I think it's just what appeals to us.
what appeals
Right?
to us? I mean, I love the Golden State. I mean,
I love Golden
I
State.
do like
That's
the
one of
Golden
mine
I mean,
too.
I hate to be a star slut, but I mean, if you look at our top row, I mean, it's a bunch of superstars up there.
I like
go
the
ahead
I
and
like
put
the
my Dodgers
bridge.
up there.
Okay.
Dodgers is good.
All right.
I've always been a big
Golden
fan
State.
Golden State. San Francisco's up there for me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like San Francisco.
It doesn't have to be S tier. It could be.
That's right. No, you can be really, really good.
I like the Knicks as well. Nobody.
Where are they?
Right here.
Where?
Give him a D.
Okay.
Cubs.
Yeah, Cubs is good.
Cubs.
Classic.
I like Cubs in the second tier.
I like the Browns too, honestly.
Really?
I really do.
I mean, I don't hate the Browns.
I
I really
really
don't.
do.
I really don't. I think I love the Browns because of how simple it is.
Same.
It's a helmet.
I know.
But it's just a color.
I know. It's just something
but they
about
pull it off.
Yeah,
They do.
They do.
You know, I mean, it's probably difficult to be relevant with
Yeah.
that. What about the Yankees? Is the Yankees an S tier?
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
I mean, again, as far as recognition goes, it's an S tier.
Mm-hmm. What about the Red Sox?
Both of them.
Yeah, both of them you could argue.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess Red Sox probably. I mean, I love the Saints logo. I got to be honest.
Man, I hate a fleur-de-lis.
Really?
Honestly, yeah. I know that's
Kinda
an
messed up,
unpopular
Katie.
take around here, but I
No,
do not like a
it probably
fleur-de-lis.
is. Boston Celtics? That's another iconic
Yeah, that's
one.
a good one. I don't like New York Jets. I think theirs is unfortunate.
Yeah, I think the Arizona's too.
It's not even good basic. It's just like nobody gave a crap about it.
They just wrote Jets and said.
Yeah.
I would put the Red Sox in an S tier. I'd probably slide the Yankees up there too.
Didn't you say Steelers too?
Yeah, the Steelers are probably, I mean, as far as recognition goes, I would put Steelers, Cowboys, Yankees, Red Sox, Lakers, Celtics.
Yeah.
I mean, like.
Yeah, for sure.
Gotta find this New York logo.
The Yankees?
Yeah.
Keep going up. Right there above the Texans.
Wait, so what is the logo now
Next to the
for
Jazz.
What's the Guardians logo now?
Who?
The former Indians. What's their logo now?
I don't even know.
Is it on here?
I think it's a big C.
A big C? Really?
I think that's what it is. I'm guessing, but like I forgot that they even changed their name.
Yeah.
When I see highlights of them, I'm like, who is this?
I know. I do the same thing. I'm like, wait, the Guardians? Am I an idiot? And then I'm like, oh God, that was the Indians.
I kind of like the Astros logo.
I do like the Astros.
Am I a homer for that though?
Wait, where is it?
Not really.
Above the Magic, next to the Boston Bruins. The Boston Bruins is tight. Above the Raiders. Oh man, the Raiders is iconic.
Yeah, the Raiders. That's a good one.
I mean,
That's
the
a good one.
Raiders is I think a definite S tier. I would slide the Cubs out of the S tier, Stewie.
Oh, did we put Detroit on there? Because I like Detroit.
The Pistons.
Yeah. I think it was at the bottom. Yeah,
Just a big D, huh?
I like it. I love the big D.
Wait, where do you want to put that S tier, Katie?
I would put that second tier.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not everybody likes the size there. Dude. Detroit Red Wings iconic.
What about the Bengals? Nobody's gonna pick that.
I mean, the Bengals is not really like. Yeah, it's not.
I like their effort. They're
Yeah.
going to go through another logo change here in the next 4 years. I feel like.
Yeah.
I mean, they're just kind of catching on. Like their brand's about to come worldwide.
A sneaky one for me is Miami Marlins.
I like that one too, Stu.
Okay.
I think I kind of like the Dolphins.
Yeah, I like both of them.
I like the old school Dolphins better than the new school Dolphins, but I still like the Dolphins logo. I would put that with the.
And what about
the Browns.
Chicago?
The Bears.
Yeah.
The Bears.
Very basic.
It is.
Very basic.
But when it gets too busy.
I like the Orioles.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, where are they?
Like a,
I mean, like
Yeah,
as soon
it's
as soon
goofy.
as I see that, I know what I'm. You know what I mean?
You know
I
what
know
you're
what I'm
looking
looking at. I know the team. Phoenix Suns is no good. Pelicans is terrible. I mean, look how look at. I mean, Pelicans.
It looks like a
if
corporation.
you're in the marketing department, look at what your logo looks like next to all of these teams' logos. I mean, like you got to blow that thing up to even realize, like, what is that
You really
logo?
do. You
Like,
don't know
I don't
it's a
even
pelican.
know what I'm looking at.
Well, it's the head of the bird.
It
Straight
is
on.
like I know what I'm looking at
Yeah.
because I've seen it. But if I'm like if I'm doing this segment in Portland,
Yeah, it's bad.
like I'm like, what is that? What is that next to Tampa? You know, that's the wings of a pelican spread open. Like, are you kidding?
I know, it's dumb.
What's the wording underneath it? Like, I mean, like from here, I can't even. Like, what is it? I'm sure that says pelicans.
It does. It says
You know,
pelicans.
I mean, but
At the
that's
bottom
terrible.
of the
Very bottom.
Like, that's terrible. Like, I mean, like if I think about like. Look at the percentage of these logos that when I just glance at them, I know exactly what I'm looking at.
I know.
I mean, like even like that high school looking Jacksonville Jaguar thing down there. I mean, like that.
What do you say? Like, what do you do?
The
I mean, like
twos,
two
I
above
bet.
that. I mean, what is that? I mean, that's the Jackson. That's
Yeah,
an
that's the Jaguar.
NFL team. I mean, that looks like a high school squad.
Well, see, Chicago's looking better now, right? With their C. I like their C.
Coach, I think the Reds logo is
Yeah, that's what I was
tight.
about to say. Same type of C.
Yeah, it is, but a little bit more flair
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, where's the red?
down there at
Down
the bottom.
there.
Oh, yeah.
Jeez, who put the Redskins logo on here?
Yeah, this must be
Fireable offense.
This must be older, right?
Jeez.
I know, but is
They might not even have like a Commander's like logo.
What is the Commander's logo?
Exactly. I don't think they have a
yeah,
mascot.
there is something, or is it just a letter?
Is this a person?
No. Just a person.
A commander.
Just a person. What else? We got to fill this up. Wait, you already said what are you missing?
What am I
That we were going to pull up there.
Put the Orioles
the
up there.
bird, yeah. Put Chicago up there. I like Chicago.
Are we going A tier or S tier?
No, A tier.
Okay. And then Chicago.
I would drop the Cubs out of the S tier, and I would put the Raiders up there.
You do that. Raiders.
The Panthers are okay.
Panthers. I really don't like the Panthers. It's very like it's just plain. It's a Panther.
I guess I like that they pulled the color into it, the blue.
I guess.
The Nets, I don't mind the Nets.
I love it. You know what? I love the Chargers.
Yeah,
I
I
do
was gonna
too.
say that too.
Yeah,
I love
mean,
the
Chargers are
Chargers.
an A tier.
Yeah,
Chargers might be
100%.
my favorite uniform in the NFL.
Yeah, it's a good one.
A or S?
A. Can't make everybody an S, bro. You know what I mean? You got to keep the S the S.
Yeah.
You can't hand out tickets to everybody in the VIP room.
Wait, what's that wolf?
The Reds. I would put the Reds as a B tier.
What's the wolf on the bottom next to?
This?
So the road that the
Wait,
White
where?
Sox are on. Yeah, what is that? Who is that?
Oof.
I have no idea. That has to be like a soccer or a hockey.
It must be,
That's gotta
right?
be a hockey squad.
Does somebody knows in the chat? Who's that? Who's that wolf, y'all? Who's that wolf up there?
I like the Texans logo. I think the Texans is yes.
God, the Rockies blows.
I would put the Texans as a B logo.
Yeah, Texans are like. I feel like they'll go through a rebrand again.
Yeah. Astros B logo.
You got to put Bengals up there, though.
What about Kansas City? Why don't they catch any flack?
I don't know.
They do have like a.
I mean, they got like a.
They have to have by
openly.
now, right? Yeah.
I'll give them a D.
Green Bay, pretty iconic.
What about Florida State Seminoles? Why don't they catch any flack?
Well,
It's
they pay the tribe, I think.
Oh, that's right. Oh, Andrew Messina said that's Arizona Coyotes. That wolf.
Yeah.
I mean, Atlanta Braves.
Yeah, I know.
Arizona Coyotes is like they're trying to change the name, so they asked the town to like pick a name, and I don't
Really?
think it went well.
Clint Phillips from the parish. It's the state bird. I know, Clint. I see hundreds of them every day when I go run my traps. They are beautiful. Stop hating on the pelicans, Jordy. They
Put
can catch
Chicago
8-pound
there.
fish live and swallow it whole.
Put it in the F.
My man Clint spells whole H-O-L.
Hell yeah. Put it in the
hell yeah.
hole.
Hell yeah, cuz. But I'm not. Look, man. I'm not talking trash about the bird. I'm not talking trash about the
I love that they're the
animal. I'm
Pelicans.
talking trash about the logo. I mean, the logo is. Come on.
Put the Nets up there. I mean, put the Twins up there just for.
Where do you want to put the
Golly, look how bad the Clippers is.
I guess on
I
the
would put the Nets
bottom.
right there.
Green Bay.
Astros.
The Rockies is
Up
terrible.
one.
Up one. See?
Yeah.
I hate Green Bay too.
I think I just feel like a lot of people have that same G logo.
Mm-hmm.
I hate the color. I really hate Green Bay's colors. I think is what does it for me.
Yeah, and they have bad uniforms.
They do.
They
They're the
They've
worst.
never upgraded their uniforms.
They do.
Ugh.
They have bad unis. St. Louis Cardinals, I would put in that C-suite. I would put the Philadelphia Eagles.
Wait, we didn't put the Raiders up there still.
Up there. Raiders are at S tier.
Wait,
Right in the middle. Right under Jerry. Right under the Carolina Panther.
Oh yeah, Raiders is always. It's so funny how people don't people see these logos and they have the name on them and they still don't get the name right.
Yeah. What about I like the Pistons. I mean, they can go on the bottom, but I don't hate their logo.
I don't know. I just think it's kind of plain.
Basic.
Yeah. It is basic, but I still like it.
Give me give me the Eagles next to the Packers.
Eagles next to Pack. I'm gonna have to go.
Clint said, Jordy, the dumbass city voted the Pelicans. Blame those jackasses. I don't hate the I love that they're named the Pelicans. It's not that. It's the logo.
I mean, ideally, we'd like to get the Jazz back from Utah.
Yeah.
I mean, look at that Jazz logo.
Yeah.
Does that not fit in New Orleans?
Yes.
The thing was created in New Orleans. It was made for a New Orleans team. I mean, the Mardi Gras colors in the ball, the Jazz, obviously, with the name.
Yeah.
I mean, New Orleans sliding across that J at the top. I mean, that is...
New Orleans Jazz, baby. That would be so
I mean, get that back, man. Just like the Hornets. I mean, they're back in Charlotte. That's where they deserve... I mean, that's where they belong.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, the New Orleans Jazz... Oh, gosh. I hate looking at that logo knowing that that's somewhere else. I mean, look at that thing.
These are all F.
How good did Pistol Pete look like, I mean, playing in that uni? Slide Jerry Richardson up there to the C level just for his mentality. The old leg shaver.
Wait, what's that Indian in the top right?
Top right, that's a Chicago Blackhawk. It's a hockey team.
Seems like they would be
Again,
in trouble
yeah,
too,
right.
I mean,
Like,
lots of Native
very
Americans
bold.
on here.
I guess the Native American thing came and went. I guess it was
Or are they just kind of selective cities?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, clearly.
DC, we don't think you should be.
Yeah, Cleveland. I think that was more of a Daniel Snyder thing.
Yeah,
I really do. I mean, look, I don't know enough about it to speak, but
things
Snyder seems like a very unlikable guy.
Damn.
I mean, it's tough to get anybody on the record that wants to make any positive quotes about him. I mean, his wife hates him. Oakland A's, I put that. I mean, I guess everybody's wife hates him. Oakland A's, that's a good one, Stewie.
Vegas A's, coach.
What about the?
Don't mess with the logo, though.
Oh no, it can't.
Don't mess with that. That's good. I
what
love
about
their
the
unis.
Twins?
I'll go A+ for them. Minnesota.
Yeah.
I
I mean, it's just nostalgic for me, honestly. That's all.
Seahawk?
Seahawk. I'd give him a C.
Mm-hmm.
Just went through a couple rebrands for that. What about like Broncos and Ravens?
I like the old school Broncos.
Yeah,
I like the
Broncos.
I like the Ravens. I'm down with the Ravens.
I go B class, C class for the Ravens.
Mm-hmm.
What about the Spurs?
Yeah.
I think they could do better. I like the spur on it, but I do feel like something could
You know
change.
which one I like? I like the Chicago White Sox.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Just socks.
Mm-hmm.
I think that was more iconic to me than like.
They say that the best branding is done with black and white imaging. So I mean, you think about it like the Raiders, the White Sox, the Los Angeles Kings.
Like that's what the people like.
Like that's what like that's the merchandise that is bought.
I get
the
that.
most.
I'm gonna go B class for the socks, just because it's like a.
Yeah.
The Pirates
it's iconic,
is
man.
very basic.
I mean, I think of Dr. Dre.
Yeah.
I mean, Dre used to wear that socks hat all the time.
Yeah, that's right.
Who else, Stewie?
I don't hate St. Louis Blues.
Yeah, it's pretty iconic in hockey.
It is.
The like the Denver Nuggets, third section left. Like that's too much.
I know it is.
Like I don't even know what I'm looking at. Like what am I? If I didn't know that was the Nuggets, like what?
That's why their hats were so terrible. Their hats looked like they were like Shriners Club hats. Yeah, there it is. It's a terrible hat.
All right, LaTerence Welsh is about to pull up. The New York Rangers are an iconic one.
Yeah, that's true.
Jared Hills, he's right. That is an iconic image.
What do they do with the hats and shirts when you don't
Send them
win?
to third world countries.
Are you serious?
Yes.
So then people are out there wearing false,
like Lakers champions
stuff. Yeah.
Lakers Western Conference champs. No doubt. Like
That's so weird.
Like there's a lot of like Clemson 2019 national champions running around in like some third world country somewhere,
rocking them too.
Yeah, I mean,
oh my god,
this Clemson squad's loaded.
Somewhere in the Middle East.
Clemson won the national championship again.
LaTerence Welsh next here on the Jordy Culotta Show.
I would just like light the boxes on fire. I feel like it's good.
Donaldsonville Glass and Body, the trusted name in frame, body, and automotive paint repair since 1977. They have served their customers for over 45 years. You can find them online at dgbauto.com or stop in and see them Railroad Avenue and Division Street out in Donaldsonville, Louisiana. Look, they can help you with your insurance claims. They can make the repair process as stress-free as possible. I'm speaking from experience here. I've got numerous windshields, body repair, all done by Kenny and the crew over at Donaldsonville Glass and Body. They are, without question, the most well-equipped shop in the area. Stop in and see them today. Shop them online, dgbauto.com, or stop in and see the crew over in Division Street in Donaldsonville, Louisiana. Donaldsonville Glass and Body. Hey fellas, it's Jordy Culotta for my friends over at Men's Total Health. Guys, do you suffer from fatigue, decreased libido, erectile dysfunction, weight gain or loss of muscle mass, signs of depression, anxiety, hair loss, mental fog, general loss of interest? Then you might be suffering from low testosterone. Go see my friend Mike Roach and his great team over at Men's Total Health, over in Metairie at menstotalhealth.net online. And stop in and see how they can change your life today. A simple shot and some knowledge from Mike Roach can get you back up, moving with your energy, get your sex drive back, build your muscle mass, make you feel young again. All online, menstotalhealth.net. Red Stick Sports, a local staple in Baton Rouge to all sports fans, was founded back in 1981 and has remained a family business for over 40 years. Today, they still have the great selection on the floor, but they're also a leader in custom apparel for businesses, sports teams, and other groups. Take it from us, everybody over here at FM Digital Media. They help us out with all of our apparel. Let them help you out today. Go ask for Cody over at Red Stick Sports. Check him out online at redsticksports.biz.
The Jordy Culotta Show is brought to you by A-Bears Lawn Maintenance. Commercial or residential, A-Bears Lawn Maintenance is ready to work. A-Bears can tackle all your homeowners association requirements. Call Blake at 225-485-8022. A-Bears Lawn Maintenance.
Get Gordon and get it done. Get Gordon and get it done. Corrects done. Personal injury done. Workers' comp done. Truck wrecks done. Get Gordon and get it done. Get Gordon and get it done.
In 1975, Mike Anderson left the gridiron for the grill, opening a po' boy shop near LSU. If you're from Louisiana, odds are you've tasted a dish, experienced the tradition of Mike Anderson's seafood. 48 years later, the tradition of Mike Anderson's lives on with the next generation.
I'm very thankful. He's never allowed okay to be okay. It's a driving force for me to just want to keep it as good as he made it.
Mike Anderson Seafood and WAFB, celebrating the community. All right, welcome back here to a Tuesday edition of the Jordy Culotta Show. As always, built and brought to you by our friends over at RMB Builders. Check out Rhett Bourgeois and the crew online at rmb-builders.com. I saw a list come out earlier this week of the top 10 cornerbacks in college football, according to our friends over at On3, who covers the sport. They do a great job of it. We talk to guys like Billy Embody and Shea Dixon, who are tied in with On3 all the time over here. That tweet caught my eyes as far as the top 10 went in as far as names that were recognized. What caught my eyes even more is that who quote tweeted it, and that was LaTerence Welsh, the cornerback, second-year cornerback for LSU. He quote tweeted it and said, "I'll be on this list soon." And after watching him play in spring, I believe him. In a position that very much was a cause of concern coming out of the season and looking for players to step up. Number 27 looked like a playa every time you laid your eyes on LSU, including in the spring game where he was all over the place. He's going into his to another season here at LSU. Started summer school yesterday and coming off of a fantastic short off season. LaTerence Welsh is in studio with us here this morning. Appreciate you joining us, man. Good morning.
Appreciate you for having me.
Absolutely. Take me back to the start of it for you, man. What was recruiting like for you? I remember hearing your name out of Acadiana when you were I believe going into your junior year. Y'all had just won the state championship, and they were talking about a young sophomore DB, and you were probably the best player on that team the next year that won another state title. When did you start to see your recruiting blow up, and who was the real players in it?
I started seeing my recruiting blow up around after sophomore year. We played against Dexterham in the state championship. Around that spring and April, it started blowing up. But I was really waiting for LSU. LSU was my dream school. I feel like I'm chosen to be here. I feel like it's my destiny. But that year went good. Going into my junior year, I got offered by LSU around January. Talked to Corey Raymond. He offered me. Going into my senior year, everything started. It's like a bumpy road. I feel like everything was going downhill. But I just stayed focused, and I feel like it was God's plan. I talked to Coach Kelly when he was at Notre Dame. They offered me at Notre Dame, so I was very familiar with him, and I knew what type of coach I was getting. So going into that year, I wasn't really worried no more. I just felt like whatever happens, and I know that I'm chosen.
Yeah, I remember hearing the news when Kelly had met with you that you were solid, you were locked in, and you were coming to LSU, and that was good news for a lot of people that was following recruiting. What was your first year like? What was it like? What did you learn? What do you take into this next campaign?
I had some great corners that was ahead of me, like Makai Gardner, Jordy. I feel like they set the example for me. Like nobody seen their work ethic. They set the example for me because me personally, I grew up like all I knew is work. Mm-hmm. So I feel like they set that example, and I feel like my freshman year was a year that like I just learned, and going into this year, I feel like I told myself I'm not settling for less. Mm-hmm. I want to be on that field. I want to be that guy that LSU can count on, and I know I'm that guy that LSU can count on.
You proved it. LaTerence, do me a favor. Pull that microphone a little bit closer to your mouth. That's good. You proved it during spring, man. What did you want to take away from spring, and then what do you feel like you accomplished after now spring is behind you? Because it felt like your name really started to pop there early on, and then the spring game, I thought you were the best defensive back on the field.
What I took from spring, just slow my game down, because it's not high school no more. You gotta know when to do it and how to do it. So I feel like just by learning how Coach House wanted and Coach Steeples wanted, if you do what they want and just be that guy, you're gonna be on the field. So I just slow my mind down and just be that playmaker that I've been my whole life.
Tell me about the room, about the cornerback room. You guys add some transfers, a lot more transfers, and you got guys coming back, and including a guy in Denver Harris who's coming in, and Deuce Chestnut out of Syracuse. What's the competition like in that room now?
I love those guys. I feel like it's a lot of personalities in the group. I feel like we have a lot of dogs from all over. I feel I feel like we the most slept on group, but going into the season, going into the summer, I feel like once we put everything together, we're gonna be the one of the best groups in the nation.
What's it like with Steeples and Cooks? How have those guys helped you mature and game develop?
I love Steeps. I feel like he slowed my game down a lot. He basically helped me with some things like I said, slowing my game down. He helped me be more of a patient corner. He helped me build my game, and I feel like he's starting to trust me on the field and just being that guy that he know I am.
Yeah. What's it like going up against these wide receivers every day? I mean, those guys got to make you better, right?
Yeah, no doubt. I feel like we got the best receiver group in the nation. I feel like the nation is slept on. A lot of those guys, Kyron Lacy, Brian Thomas, Malik Neighbors. Even we got Aaron Anderson. Y'all never seen him in the spring, but I feel like he's another one of those guys that they better watch out for, because in high school he was one of those guys. But that group is special. I feel like going against them at practice made me better, made me a better player, and all we know is compete.
Yeah. What does Harold Perkins do for the rest of the defense? What does he do for the rest of you guys as far as kind of maybe the confidence, or what does he allow you to play with?
Harold Perkins. I feel like he bring that energy. He bring that energy every day. I feel like he's becoming one of those leaders. Like I see different things in him. Like at practice, he's speaking them more. He just know that he have to step up to be that leader in order for us to be a whole defense.
Mm-hmm. It feels like, and I don't want to put words in your mouth, but it feels like when I talk to players, guys like you, and then last week we talked to Coach Kelly 2 weeks ago, I get the sense that you guys feel like y'all are good, like y'all have this expectation, not that it's going to happen. You got to put the work in, but that y'all are going to be someone that has expectation to win at a high level. What is the expectations for the program here in year 2 under Coach Kelly?
I feel like I bet on LSU any day. I feel like this year is that year. Coach Kelly gonna be Coach Kelly. He gonna outcoach a lot of coaches. I feel like going into the summer, once we going through workouts and going to fall camp, I feel like everything gonna be together. Like I feel like this year gonna be special.
Yeah, you can kind of get that feeling, man.
I feel it.
What's it like for you physically being in a college program for a year? How have you seen your body change? Have you seen your testing change? Are you faster? Are you stronger? Are you what's it like now after going through the nutrition, going through the weightlifting, going through everything that the program kind of builds in for you?
I feel like our coaches in the weight room, I feel like they push us. They push us to a limit that we never been there before, and I see my body change a lot. I see myself go from 180 to 185, 185 to 190, 190 to 195. I see myself getting stronger, faster. I seen it going into spring. I'm doing things like I never done before, moving how I never moved before, and I just feel good.
The pick you made, the interception you made in the spring game, I mean, that one-on-one is people don't understand how difficult of just a skill that is to guard. So that guy knows where he's going, right? You don't.
Right.
And for you were in his hip pocket. I believe that was Brian Thomas that you made that play on. Mm-hmm. What are you trying to improve on most before next year?
Something I'm trying to improve on most going into the season. I just want to be the lockdown corner. I just want to get a pick when we need a pick. Get a deflection when we need a deflection. I want to be one of those corners that come down and knock the wind out of somebody.
Mm-hmm. The leadership in the program right now feels like that. It's kind of very accountable within. Can you speak on that? On kind of what like the SWAT teams and what that has done for you guys naturally?
I feel like we got a lot of leaders on the offense. We handling our own on the defense. Greg Brooks, Major Burns, Harold Perkins. Those guys been in the on the team, so I feel like they know what's about to come. So they stepping up day after day, just making sure we good and just handling business.
What's it like in Matt House's defense?
It's he's very smart. I feel like he know what he's doing. He's setting us up to be great. He's setting everybody up on the defense to be great and make plays.
Congratulations on your success, man.
Appreciate you.
Good luck on everything coming up. So what's it like you in school? What's the schedule like? You take an intercession, and when do y'all start workouts?
We start workouts June 5th. So basically, we all on break right now, just doing our own thing, staying in shape, and just getting our body right.
And you down in Acadiana working out?
We got a new facility. I feel like we set that those 2 years we set it up for them, and it's our new facility is beautiful.
Nice, the wreck, baby. All right, LaTerence Welsh, man, keep your eyes on number 27. He was popping in spring, and looks like he's going to be somebody that's going to be on the field a lot for LSU coming up in the fall, as he looks like one of the top cornerbacks on the team going in to the offseason and into next year. That Florida State game's going to be great, huh? I mean, Sunday night. Y'all ready for that one?
I'm ready for it.
Have a great offseason, man.
Yes, sir. I appreciate you.
LaTerence Welsh stopping by here. We appreciate you being involved. Make sure to hit that like button, share button, comment button, as we appreciate everybody being here. We'll be back with you tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. Have a great day. RMB Builders builds us every day. Check them out on Instagram and online at rmb-builders.com.